Pardon the small interruption here. Here we go with Asur versus Mingudai Lee. These are the finalists in my AOE IV mini tournament. Yeah, two solid players that seem to have the game figured out. Asur claimed that he had only played 2 games when I played him in the group stage, so he's figuring out things rather fast here. Mingudai Lee seems to have things sorted as well. He's with the English now. I'm curious, sorry about the bell, I have to stop clicking the TC. But he's with English, he's dropping the first house and he's gonna... Yeah, we'll see what he can do. English have several options. They have early men-at-arms, but that really takes a toll on your progression through the next stage. So there is a good chance that going for the feudal age landmark for the Britons and going into the longbows is a more safer play for Mingudai Lee here. Mingudai Lee has been playing 2 TCs, 2 town centers consistently through the games I've casted in the group stage, and that seems to be something that players have figured out to be very strong in Age of Empires 4. You get a little bit of a feudal boom going and establish your economy to boost your army production. You could, after the 2 town centers kick in, you could easily sustain 2 ranges and the Britain's landmark on longbowmen production, for example, and then add some spearmen as needed. But we'll see here. Asur here is with the Chinese. Asur has been playing English for the whole group stage, so I'm excited to see him playing a different civilization here. He is... yeah, I don't know what he might be up towards. Chinese is the civilization I've been playing the least of all, so I don't have much to offer there, but I've come to realize that they build structures more quickly, and they can trigger a dynasty with several bonuses applying through building both landmarks from an age, I think. But you'll note that the players are going to gold early, very early, as compared to, for example, AOE 2, Age of Empires 2, because... uh-oh, that's dangerous. English TC deals more damage. They're going to gold earlier because your landmark to go up to the next stage, that's standardized for all civilizations. That is 400 food, 200 gold, as far as I know from all the civilizations we've seen so far. So they'll be focusing heavily on food and gold. That whooshing sound there, that actually means that Asur has the resources required to build that landmark to go to the next stage. So he could already build the Chinese landmark, the Barbican of the... I don't remember the name. But that's what he's building. He's building the Barbican of the Sun. And I have to admit, I don't love this location. It's protecting the main TC, but this is essentially a defensive structure. You could garrison units inside, and you'll have a nice defensive structure. So I would much rather use it to defend the berries and stone over here, so you could mine stone for your additional town centers and preserve the berries as well. But yeah, it goes up here. It protects the woodline though, so not at all useless. Wait, there's a gold as well, so never mind. It's a good spot. It's a good spot. Yeah, sorry. Forgot the fog of war there. So it's about to reach the feudal age. It's actually going to beat Mingudai Lee handily to it here, I think. But Mingudai Lee has 4 villagers constructing the Council Hall, a military landmark, allowing you to construct or train longwomen at 100% faster rate. So it's equivalent of 2 ranges, 2 archery ranges production of longbowmen here for the Britain's player. Could prove to be a nice early rush, but this Barbican of the Sun, that effectively protects both the gold and the woodline here quite nicely for Asur and also the TC area. So I take it back, that's a good placement. That is a good landmark placement, and nice and early feudal age for the Chinese as well. They do build their buildings more quickly. Huge wood investment here for Asur now, not on gold anymore. As Mingudai Lee moves into scout again here. Let's have a look at, yeah, he knows the location of the TC. He does not know the location of the Barbican of the Sun, but he probably expects as much. Asur has learned that you can construct additional town centers. So Mingudai Lee is noticing the stone investment, so he'll know he'll need to try and punish a 2 TT boom here if possible. Yeah, let's keep the map open again and see what Mingudai Lee will do here. It's just about, he's just about to complete the Council Hall here, so significantly slower to the next age here, but let's have a look at the economy. I'm looking at Asur here. It's 20 villagers now total. Mingudai Lee should be at the same here, because if they have consistent villager production, there shouldn't be a huge difference in villagers production here, or rather the idle town center time behind this. We don't have concrete stats for that, but we could have a look at the landmarks tracker as well, capitals and landmarks, which age they are in, and the scores seemingly quite similar as well. Asur, however, is going to go for a... I mean, it's expecting the longbowman rush from the English here. That's why he's building a stable and is going to get some horsemen out to deal with the longbows if Mingudai Lee goes on the offensive here. So already a good preemptive call there for Asur. Now milling the berries to boost the food income further for horseman production here. So because of the hit points and the bonus damage against longbowmen for the horsemen from the stable, you could trade somewhat effectively with one horseman to 2 air. Oh, nice spot there by Asur. He sees the second town center going up. I don't think your starting scout can really deny or delay that. It's just too weak. But it's still a good spot. Good scouting from Asur here to see this one going up. That shows an area you could try and apply pressure later on. Scout out for Mingudai Lee here. And the first few longbows as well. They are going to get the villager kill here. I think they actually might have gotten 2 on the stone here. And Asur doesn't really have any horsemen at the ready. He's about to produce the first one here. Or is that a horseman? No, that's a scout. Okay, nice early aggression from Mingudai Lee here. Should have the military lead here. As you can see, the Chinese have tax, imperial officials you could train as well to collect tax from buildings moving around your town to do so. So the horseman is out. 2 horsemen now. That should, in theory, be enough to engage against 4 longbowmen. We'll see. Yeah, it seems like an easy trade for Asur here. He'll need to focus down the scout as well, just to avoid any distractions here. And the scout on point to pick off some reinforcements from Mingudai Lee here as well. Good defense from Asur so far, I'd say. There we go, cleans up that. Let's have a look at the military stats here. Okay, 4 KD impact, so nothing too crazy here, but Asur is about to get another one with the horseman here. Yep. And he's been starting to collect gold from the buildings as well. I wonder how much he collects actually, to moving from building to building here. Sure, it's going to be using automatic tax collection, so you could send him around here to collect. Yeah, he's looks like 20 at a time or something, and he needs to drop it off the TC apparently to give that tax return. Now Asur is on the move forward here now. He'll look to punish Mingudai Lee's economy here. We see the stone mining camp. It's it's abandoned because Mingudai Lee only wants enough stone, 300 stone for the next town center. He's also reacting to the horseman play here by adding a few spearmen. Wait, hold on, that's a TC. Spearman, hardened spearman in fact, so he did upgrade the spearman even to do even better against the generic horseman here. Or it might be that Asur got any upgrades, I'm not quite... Yeah, looks like he got the attack upgrade. Looking at the star there. So, but with this, that's why 2,000 center play is so strong in AOE IV, at least from what has been established thus far. You could keep your economy, your core economy, like food and wood, more or less safe, especially with English, with extra attack on the town centers. So it's really hard to punish at this rate. Another feature that's unique to the longbowmen here is that they can place palings to take hit points off cavalry if they get too close. So that's a unique feature to the Britain's longbowmen that's coming in handy if you don't have spearmen at the ready yet. Uh-oh, Asur feeling a little bit of the pressure here, I think, is some idle villagers here while managing army. Spearmen out from Mingudai Lee. Good reactions to the horsemen here. And Asur, what's the military count for Asur now? He's only got 1 military. This is going to be a bit rough for Asur, you know. The gold is quite exposed to the longbows, although they need to move around here maybe to hold it off. And this side should be protected. Maybe Asur should consider relocating the wood line next to the Barbican of the Sun here, actually. It's making archers to deal with the spearmen, which makes sense, and also horsemen, more horsemen in queue here to deal with longbows. So archers against spears, horsemen against longbows. That should work nicely. But it's certainly Mingudai Lee on the offensive here. Let's look at the KD as well. 14 to 9, and the resource count overall should be higher. The income per minute significantly higher for Mingudai Lee with 2,000ers, as opposed to Asur's still 1,000er here. Asur has been mining stone, but remember he got pulled off stone by the longbowman forward here in the mining camp, so he doesn't have the 300 stone required, or not the wood either actually, to place another 1,000er. So Asur is going to fall further and further behind here, sadly. 24 eco, 3 idols, so that's 27 total, while Mingudai Lee is at a whooping 49 with those 2 town centers producing here. Oh, and he snuck around. That's of course also one more thing to consider, to wall to the edge of the map here so that the longbows and spearmen can't loop around like this, but easier said than done, of course. Maybe Asur doesn't even have it scouted, expected the woodline to go all the way to the edge here. Yeah, longbowmen in these masses, even horsemen is less of a threat when that's the case, and you still have the spearmen here. Mingudai Lee mainly investing into the longbowmen here, not over investing into the spearmen, but he sends in a little trickle here of the hardened spearmen. And here we go, that's the first game. Let me edit the score actually. That's the first game. Chinese, sorry, for Asur. I'm suspecting he might pick English next, but we'll be on the lookout for that. Let's have a look at the stats here. We see the bar just peaking upwards here for Mingudai Lee. That's the 2 TC's investment, allowing for more fluent army production as the boom kicks in, and in the end Mingudai Lee with almost, yeah, not twice the builders, but close to that. So 2 TC play paying off. Asur with an extremely early fuel age here, but didn't really get the rush down in time. I think the idea was a fast fuel age to defend against the Britain's English longbowman rush here, and that certainly worked out for a while for Asur, but failing to deny Mingudai Lee the second town center results in Asur falling further and further behind. So as far as ranking goes in AOE 2 DE, Mingudai Lee is in the close to or in the 1800s, maybe higher, and Asur is in the 1500s, I believe, 1500, 1600. So there's a bit of a gap in the AOE 2 DE ranking as well. Not that it necessarily matters. I just think Mingudai Lee has maybe played a close beta, played more games in general, and yeah, has the Civs more figured out, maybe. Skal du caste Desert Cup Final? Ja, kanskje. Kong streama jo når han spilte finale, da, så det er litt sånn kjipt å caste en match som har blitt sendt live allerede, så noen vet resultatet. Det er litt sånn småkjipt. Alright, let's see. They're in game, so I think I can join again. Let's see if this is this should be the next match, so let's just hop into it. They are playing. Wait, that's a Is this the... Yeah, new Civs. I actually can't see the map here. Maybe it's Arabia again. No, wait, this has to be something else. There are some hills here. So Asur has been picking a home map here. I'm not sure if I can tell it anywhere what kind of map this is. Oh, cinematic mode, that's nice. Anyway, so looks like some choke points you could wall off here. This could be... Yeah, I'm not sure the names of the maps here, so I'm gonna need some help on that. So weird to zoom around the mountains here. They're spawning in the middle, so this is a bit fascinating. They're not like opposite directions like this, they're both enclosed in the middle. And they'll have to move to the back to find more golds and stones here, even trade posts in the corners. So again, we have the players going to gold. It's English versus Holy Roman Empire this time around. Asur certainly experienced with the Britons, both the early man-at-arms and the longbow rush at this point. So I think Asur with the English here might be able to punish Mingudai Lee's, I'm looking at the wrong colors. I think Asur in the red here will be able to punish Mingudai Lee's early second TC, knowing that that will probably be the play for Mingudai Lee this game as well. So, looking at the maps here, Mingudai Lee has the gold forward and far enough away from the TC that both early men-at-arms from the English and longbows could easily deny this. So I think early men-at-arms could make sense here for Asur if he goes for it. Or you could also aim for a real super quick feudal age and get a few longbows out and just make sure to deny the golds and stones. I can see this stone as being harder to deny, but in exchange you'll actually have a little bit of a hill advantage here, which I've heard grants your archers a little bit of extra range as well, the hill bonus. So we'll see if if that can be confirmed this game. We don't have grid here to evaluate the distance, but I think that might be a play. So yeah, so I'm kind of expecting early men-at-arms from Asur here. On the other hand, Holy Roman Empire, they get men-at-arms in the feudal age as well. So if Mingudai Lee is able to get to the feudal age at a decent time here, which looks to be the case. Now only missing 6 food to get that landing markup. Yeah, Mingudai Lee is going to beat Asur to the feudal age here, so I guess Asur won't be playing the early men-at-arms here at all. He'll be aiming for the feudal age and the longbow men as well. Definitely we need to be on the aggressive side here against Mingudai Lee, because Mingudai Lee has, without exception, been playing the double, the 2 TC early, second TC feudal play here. So that needs to be stopped if Asur is going to survive this. Looks like Mingudai Lee might lose the scout here. That's a good engagement by Asur. He's chasing 1 or 2 more hits. What's the attack again? 4. Oh, that's actually needs 4 more hits to take it out. So maybe not worth it. Maybe not worth the engagement. You want to keep your scout safe to keep up here. Did he actually scout Mingudai Lee's side yet? Nah, but we're getting there. Sees the berries. It's about to spot the TC. Finds a stone. That's huge to see the stone there. But I think, let's see, Mingudai Lee 50 stone. I guess Mingudai Lee will be able to mine the 300 stone needed in time here. I think he actually decided to go early to stone here because it's kind of exposed next to the hill here. He wants to make sure he has that 300 stone to afford that second TC. Or is he already building it? No. There's a chapel to go to the feudal age. And then 200 more stone is needed to... and more wood as well, but 300 stone total is needed for a second town center, which would be... yeah, where would you put that? Maybe a bit more forward here. That's next to a hill though, so that's not... maybe not ideal, but I think the second TC should go in the areas around here to secure the gold and secure the wood line for Mingudai Lee here. Let's see for Asur's side here. Completing the council hall, military landmark. Gonna go for the longbows again, as English do for the most of the time. They have another option, but longbowman investment makes the most sense here. Asur, with healthy food and wood income here, should be able to train some longbows here and move forward to deny crucial resources here. Yeah, heavy stone investment here for Mingudai Lee. He really wants that that second town center up. That's going to be crucial to defend against the longbows. He could, of course, TC the berries to further secure the food sources, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be moving forward here. There we go. There's the town center on the woods and gold, woodline and gold over here. Nice. This, I think this has to be the English theme here. Sounds kind of medieval English style music. So let's see for Asur's military count. We're at Asur's point of view here. He has 9 military out. And this, does he have a barracks? Don't think he does yet. He's mining stone, so wanting that second TC up as well. Enter the longbows, and unfortunately, a little bit too late to deny the second TC here. But that's the way it goes. It's not easy to deny when you can place it this early, as is the case for Age of Empires 4. That's a good snipe though, getting a builder. First kill, I believe, of the game. Two kills for Asur, in fact, in total here. Oh, and in desperate need of a house now. Good army production. They can create so quickly you almost forget to insure the population. Taking the hunt here as well, milling the hunt. That's a very good food source to boost your food economy until you go into the farming. That said, English have amazing farms. They are cheaper. I think it's 30% cheaper or something, the farms for the English. And when they're placed next to a mill, they also work 15% faster. So you have an amazing boom potential as the English to sustain your army production, which in this case for the longbows costs 40 food and 50 wood. Moving forward for the rush here, Asur scouting again to try and find places to hit on Mingudai Lee's side. Hopefully he'll find the mill here. Yeah, he has it scouted. That could be some easy builder snipes again, because the longbowmen, they have long range and they are quite accurate as well. Good, nice job at hitting the East Coast economy here. More villagers down for Mingudai Lee. That's 4 kills for Asur. Let's have a look at Mingudai Lee's investment here. 4 military for Mingudai Lee. I'm assuming it is the horsemen again. No, wait, he's making the men-at-arms, which is admittedly an underrated response to the longbowmen as well. If you get the armor for the men-at-arms, then if they're able to catch up with the archers, they'll be able to clean them up. But you need more numbers than this though, but Mingudai Lee is going to get some decent hits in here. It's also nice hit and run micro from Asur though. So I think Asur gets out on top here. 5-3 KD. And yeah, then Mingudai Lee backs off. Currently at a healthier economy, I'd assume. But only 4 builders lead for Mingudai Lee this time around. Remember, he has to spend resources on the army as well. So that might take a toll on the builders' production inside the town centers. Or just simply the attention needed to get multiple town centers working. Asur with the stone investment does have the stone for a second town center now, missing 100 wood to drop that feudal age town center. So the clock is kind of ticking for Asur here to either do lots of damage, snipe more builders, or to place that second TC and get the economy rolling. Ha, look, berries spawn on the hill in AOE IV as well. Classic. Asur should have the military lead though, we can't really read it here for some reason. But it's also making sure to be on the aggressive side here so that Mingudai Lee can't boom unpunished. And also putting Mingudai Lee in a rough spot to counter-attack here. Counter-aggression for Mingudai Lee. He has 6 military at this point. But also has some pretty exposed resources. So if Asur moves over to this side, that could be rough for Mingudai Lee here. He is patient with the Men-at-Arms massing though, 7 military, while Asur currently has 17. So huge military lead for Asur. Trying to focus on the Men-at-Arms here, still keeps a healthy numbers lead with the longbows and getting some good engagements here. Good hit and run micro, and Mingudai Lee will need to move away yet again. The range and damage of the pieces is incredible. It should show. Should it show here? Can we see it? Yeah. Anyway, dangerous to move armies too close to town centers. They are essentially stronger than the Age of Empires 2, more accurate with their arrows, and I think they deal more damage in general as well. Let's see, Asur, did he place a second town center? He has a town center on the gold now. So the gold is very much safe right next to the town center of Asur here. He's going to keep up with the villager count as well, I think. Or catch up, rather. Let's see. He is 12 villagers behind though, so that's not insignificant here. I see Mingudai Lee preemptively walling the side here, so Asur can't sneak around and hit the woodline from this angle. Good defensive engagement there, or good defensive reaction. I'm guessing the armies can't go here, that they have to move around this huge cliff here. Again, going back for the gold here. Good good continued aggression from Asur here. He's not going to let Mingudai Lee boom unpunished here. And at home is, let's see, queuing up on builders in both town centers. So, expanding that economy at home as well. I feel like Asur should keep mining stone and maybe get even a third town center up here with this kind of aggression keeping up. The English town centers, they deal more damage as well. So they, it's even easier to use the English town centers as a defensive measure here. Look at the food and gold control. I think Asur is idling here to get that next landmark up. But so has Mingudai Lee. I missed that somehow. I missed that landmark. Where is it? I guess it's the Burgrave Palace. Here we go. Men-at-Arms wield maces, increasing the bonus damage against heavy targets by 6. So that's going to be very useful for Holy Roman Empire against melee units, at least, like horsemen maybe. Well, you do spearmen against horsemen, but let's say other melee units then. Britain's Men-at-Arms, for example, English Men-at-Arms. I think he is getting no upgrades. Longbow still at work for Asur. Asur is placing the second landmark here. That's a lovely defensive the white tower here. Defensive landmark acts as a keep with all the behaviors, technology, and bonuses. So you can produce units from within it, and it's basically like a castle, or a keep, as it's called in Age of Empires 4. So it will be shooting arrows, it will be preserving this little woodline here, and the berries. So there's a food source. And as we can see, Asur has invested into farms around the mills here as well. So the farmers here, they will be working 15% faster for Asur. And not to mention that the mills are 30% cheaper. So there's the next age for Asur as well. Let's have a look at the blacksmith here. He's going to make any researches here. Mingudai Lee trying for some counter-aggression with the men-at-arms here, but that's not an issue now that the white tower is up here on the hill. Maybe this would have been an even better spot actually, but it does have the gold secured over here with the TC, so I guess it's you could place a keep here later on and be fine with it. Yeah, Asur on stone again here. Could be with the keep in mind, could also be with a third town center in mind. Maybe he'll want to secure more wood lines or expand to the sides of the map here. There is a win condition that if you control all 3 sacred sites, you win as well. So that's certainly an option here. Asur's aggression has kind of come to an end here. Mingudai Lee has palisade walls near to the edges of the map here. Well, it's actually open over here, but that's probably because it's been moving out to extend its economy elsewhere here. Oh, and it's moving forward in Mangonel and men-at-arms. Infantry in AOE IV, they can construct siege units as well, so they could make a battering ram or a siege tower. Siege tower does not apply here, but ram might to take down the landmark. Remember that there's a win condition in AOE IV that if you take out all enemy landmarks, you win the game as well. So that's certainly an option for Mingudai Lee here if he provides the siege. Looks like the Mangonel is actually outranged in the town center here, so that's bad news for Asur. He might actually lose this one. But it's going to take a while for the Mangonel to take out this whole building as well. Looks like 200 damage or so per shot here. Yeah, 150 maybe. So are these elite, maybe? Veteran longbowman for Asur, while Mingudai Lee stays with the men-at-arms here. 13 military for Asur, whereas Mingudai Lee has 14. But let's just have a quick look if he has a siege workshop at home. I don't think he has a stable, so I think he's going to rely on the men-at-arms here. He's also sending some villagers forward to repair the siege maybe, or construct more, I'm not sure. Two Mangonels to one, let's see who takes that one. Oh, that's a good hit by Asur! Weakening both Mangonels, but Mingudai Lee moving in here with the men-at-arms just to make very quick work of the siege weapon of Asur, and now with 2 Mangonels on the top of the hill here to engage against the buildings. I doubt that the Mangonels should be able to outrange this white tower here, so Mingudai Lee has to be a little bit careful here, I think. But now 3 Mangonels forward no less. That's a solid siege push here, but I think he doesn't realize that the keep or the white tower can reach the Mangonels here. Getting some decent hits in on longbowman though, and I think Mingudai Lee might be in the army lead now. 11 military to 8. So marginal, but now Mingudai Lee is with the offensive momentum here. Oh, good hit again. 2 more longbowmen down. Question is, what does Asur do against this? He keeps investing into the longbowmen, which is decent, but I believe crossbowmen would also make sense here. Maybe where's range? Does he have a range somewhere? Well, he could make men-at-arms of his own. He could easily make men-at-arms of his own. He could even improve the armor here with armor-clad for the Britons, if Eco allows. But that said, Asur is holding nicely here. He's been dealing with some of the forward siege, and he hasn't been losing in the economy here. He's floating quite a bit of wood, and it looks like a keep might be going up here for Asur. He has stone enough. It's 800 stone for a keep, and that's where it's going. Perfect. That's a nice defensive keep here. Granted, if it goes up. Let's see, can Mingudai Lee stop this? I don't think this is a huge investment of villagers to get this keep up. Oh, but that's some nice Mangonel shots as well. Is this going to be an unfinished keep here? Nah, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, and the siege should, as a result, be going down. Mangonel and Springle, they're both... Yeah, Springle survives, but the Mangonel goes down. And now with the keep up, Asur will be dropping another man camp. This gold is depleted, so he's going to take the gold now, preserved safely next to the keep on the hill here. Mingudai Lee, however, is expanding across the map, is adding more town centers. And let's have a look here. We're at Mingudai Lee's point of view. He has 82 economy units, whereas Asur has 66. So Mingudai Lee, arguably more map controllers, taking other parts of the map. Let's have a little look at... Yeah, Asur's scouting is limited here. He hasn't been scouting the edges nearly well enough here. I think he passed around here at some point. But he certainly hasn't seen Mingudai Lee's expansion. And look at this mass of units as well. Mingudai Lee is looking for another point of entry here. Ideally, I guess he would try to sneak around. But, oh, where are they? Here they are. He's staying out of keep range for now. But Asur has gone into Knights. Knights should shred the siege, I think. At least if we're looking at this in classic AOE terms here. Yeah, it's not allowed to get close. Good micro there from Mingudai Lee to move that Mangonel away and away from Asur's Knights here. This is going to be an extended Castle Age. Mingudai Lee has stone enough for a keep as well, or whatever that equivalent is for the Holy Roman Emperor. Not sure where he wants to go here with that. I think he'd want to secure some resources to the side, the golds or something. Keeps attacking the town center as well, hoping to take that out. And the Knights failing against the men-at-arms here by the looks of it. But that's a numbers thing as well. Could be upgrades. 170 hit points for the men-at-arms, 16 attack. The Knight has 37 attack and slightly more hit points, but yeah, you'd need more numbers of the Knights. Oh, and the Trebuchet is out. So that's going to make quick work of that town center here, and eventually it could take down the keep as well. The keep, however, is on the hill, so it could be an issue here. Decarbonization. I honestly don't know what that technology does. But there we go, one town center down for Asur here, and the castle on the hill in danger as well. Asur, however, is raiding a little bit here on the stone, getting some nice hits in on Mingudai Lee's economy. However, 67 eco for Asur, 94 for Mingudai Lee. Mingudai Lee is winning the macro game here with his at least 3 town centers, and also extending to mill the food to the sides as well. I think Mingudai Lee is playing the map very well here. Expanding to the sides and getting those neutral resources in as well. So he's gotten that upgrade that gives the men-at-arms the maces as well, or whatever they call that. That's going to give them extra attack against hard targets. For example, knights, melee units. So that's going to be... I think he has +3. Yeah, I read something about it. It's going to give some bonus damage against high melee targets. Against armored targets, rather. So it's Trebuchet versus Trebuchet here. Top cap reach for Mingudai Lee, but that's being in the need of some houses here. Asur is falling back a little bit here, but that keep is going to stay up for a while. I think he's repairing it as well. And now with longbowmen to try and focus the men-at-arms here. Knights desperately wanting to snipe that Trebuchet. They might very well succeed here. Let's see. They're going for the other one. And another counter-raid Trebuchet moving in here. And Asur seems to be going for the raid here. Let's have a little look at Asur's population currently. He's at 83 pop. Sadly, he has at half the population of Mingudai Lee here. He's defending valiantly here, but he's also struggling to get counter-aggression in. And that's just so harmful when you are when you are up against an opponent with such a strong economy going for them. And the scouting as well for Asur here. Still hasn't scouted the sides. So that's really, really bad news for Asur, that Mingudai Lee has this kind of expansion to the sides going uncontested. Granted, there is a town center over here protecting the eco, as the forward trebuchet is going down here. It stays! Oh, what a save from Mingudai Lee here. It's using the forward infantry to construct more siege. He's constructing a ram now. Really wants this castle on the hill down. Asur still has lots of stone to repair though, so that shouldn't be an issue. To the side, there's a town center here for Mingudai Lee as well. You'll notice it has 115 eco units now, while Asur is still at 58. So Asur's economy is sadly falling further and further behind here. And Asur is actually floating resources. Could be thinking about Imperial Age here maybe, but this seems to be off gold, as this gold has been sort of denied by the forward push here. And again, Asur hasn't really scouted the side. Maybe he thinks that these hills are just decoration or something, that there won't be anything to the sides, but definitely needs to extend the scouting here to confirm that there is in fact gold on the side. Here we go, he finds the gold to the side here, and I hope he'll keep scouting to see that Mingudai Lee is on the side here as well. Goku, hello! I'm casting some Age of Empires 4 mini tournament that I have been hosting as a part of the stress test. Look at the longbowmen trying to take out the rams here. That's not going to work well for them. We know that rams are Archer's kryptonite, but the pathing. Not the prettiest pathing for these these battering rams. Let's see how they will fare against the castle here, though. No more one trebuchet for Mingudai Lee here. He's pushing away as best he can here, and I think finally the keep on the hill goes down here. Maybe that is a well, that is a huge cause of concern for Asur here. Castle goes down. GG is called, and it goes to a 2-0 for Mingudai Lee. Alright, Mingudai Lee winning the macro game again here. Really seems to have the game and some civilizations figured out. And as you can see from the timeline here, they're following suit for a long while. Asur with some great aggression here with Longbowmen. Idling Mingudai Lee's economy, even taking out some builders, so Asur at some point here has a bit of a lead in terms of, well, it's mainly military, I guess. It's mainly military, but still, total unit count in favor of Asur here. Didn't know men-at-arms was or anti-archers. Yeah, that's crazy. It's that doesn't quite make sense. They are a really strong unit in Age of Empires 4. Do you want to play the third game as well, Asur? It's perfectly fine if you don't. It's your guys' call if you want to. You're not playing it. That's fine. That's fine. So 2-0 it ends on. Let's have a look at the statistics. Total score way ahead for Mingudai Lee here. Did end up with at least 4 town centers in the end, I think. So that's a yeah, significant lead on all accounts here. KD 122 to 88, so Asur certainly getting some value from the armies forward here as well, as the economy shows generally more resources of everything except stone. Mingudai Lee, I don't think he ever constructed a keep. He used town centers for defensive purposes and didn't overextend the stone, though it's comparable here. And let's see the uptimes here. Mingudai Lee earlier to the next age here, probably with the English longbowmen rush in the back of his mind as well, to have a means to respond to that. For example, the men-at-arms, early men-at-arms that Holy Roman Empire has access to in the feudal age. Usually it's a Castle Age unit, I think, for some civilizations, and the Age 3 comparable as well. I think this ended in the Age 3. They didn't really go to the Imperial Age here. Society score, builder high, 75 for Asur this game, but Mingudai Lee with the massive numbers lead in the end after all. But GG, well played. Congratulations to Mingudai Lee on the win.